What's going on YouTube? I'm Andrew Crawford, the HD Legend. Your boy the GOAT, not the GOAT, but I look like a GOAT. And today on the channel, I will be doing an in-depth review of the WWE pay-per-view Hell in a Cell 2022. So a 7-match card. And honestly, I don't remember all 7 matches, so you're gonna have to bear with me. If I forget one, I'm sorry. And I'm not gonna go in order. I'm gonna discuss the worst match on the show, and I'm gonna end with the best. And I'm gonna try to stay in that order. So we're gonna start with Bobby Lashley and Omos. Well, Bobby Lashley versus MVP and Omos, and Lashley won. It was, in my opinion, a 1.5, maybe 2-star match. I'm rough on this match because Omos is turning into the Great Khali 2.0, and Lashley needs someone to talk on the mic for him, so breaking him and MVP up was just a bad idea. But that aside, thank God the feud's over. Sorry, what else can I say? And honestly, I think the rest of the matches on the card were pretty fun. Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. Madcap winning was the right decision. Madcap is a very talented wrestler. I'm excited to see what they do with him in the future. I honestly give this match 3 stars. I had fun watching this match. I didn't think I'd have fun watching it, but I did. And it was just one of those things, you know, I didn't mind watching the match at all. Kevin Owens versus Ezekiel, again, 3 stars. It was a fine match. I think Kevin Owens winning is right because I hate this storyline. Ezekiel's actually alive and KO's heated about it. That's literally what the storyline is. But I mean, it wasn't a bad match. Like, I didn't hate it. Both men are extremely talented. So, yeah, that finishes out the lower half of the show, if you would like to call it that. Right in the middle, I have the Raw Women's Championship match. And I give it a very strong 3.5 stars. It was super close to 4. Honestly, I love Bianca Belair, but I'm kind of ready to see a changing of the guard, but from her, Becky, or Charlotte. And I'm ready to see like a Shotzi Blackheart, Asuka, Aaliyah, just, you know, Shayna Baszler, all these other women that are like so talented, but haven't had a proper moment to shine. That's just my opinion, though. I would love to see any of them get a women's title match. Liv Morgan especially, please let her win it sometime soon. Next, the United States Championship, Mustafa Ali versus Austin Theory. I will not call him just Theory, his name is Austin Theory. I give it a 3.75 stars, and the only thing stopping it from being 4 stars is I think the wrong person won. I love Austin Theory. I think he is phenomenal in the ring, super talented, and super athletic. Great on the mic. But I think Mustafa Ali, having yet to hold the championship in the WWE, deserves one. He's been here since the Cruiserweight Classic in 2016, and the only thing he has to show for it is leading a very bad stable. And a very good match at WrestleMania 34 for the Cruiserweight title, but that was 4 years ago. But yeah, I think Ali should have won. I hope he does win soon, because if you want to push Theory, let him lose the title, let him build back up his momentum and win the Rumble. It's not hard to build Theory. He's already a really good wrestler. Judgment Day, which is Edge, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley versus Balor, Styles, and Liv Morgan, I give a 4.5 star rating to. I think this match was phenomenal in every aspect, no pun intended. I think that Judgment Day is a great thing, whether you look at it from the perspective of their help letting Edge use his talent to build up 2 more stars. If you like the darker aspects of it, it kind of gives me a Ministry of Darkness, only dialed back vibe, and I'm fine with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with Judgment Day. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Can't say the same for Edge, because that's the whole reason for the turning on Edge Monday night and Balor taking over. I think Edge is probably about to go back to the Rated R Superstar gimmick, which I'm fine with. And the best match of the show was the main event, which is how it should be. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins in a Hell in a Cell match. And buckle up, because this is probably going to be about a 4-minute little discussion. Cody Rhodes' pec, like from here to like here, where the S in my tattoo is, looked like meatloaf. Like, it was. He suffered a torn pec while working out the Friday before Hell in a Cell. And what happened was, because the match was already planned, Cody said, dude, don't... What? He said, dude, don't pull me, let me wrestle. And Vince said, the doctors aren't going to clear you. And sure enough, they didn't. But Cody signed a agreement contract thing. I think it's called a hold harmless clause, that said WWE and medical personnel are in no way responsible for what happened to Rhodes if he was to further injure it, because he was disobeying the doctors and did not care. He wanted to go out there for the fans, and I think that is a very inspirational and admirable thing he did, but I don't think it was a smart thing he did, because instead of probably being out for 5 to 6 months, they did 3 months worth of damage, 5 to 6, so they did like 3 to 4 months more of damage, because now he's going to be out for 9 months. So, while Cody Rhodes is out, I mean, I'm super sad about it, but at the same time, who knows, maybe they can work on him and bring back the dashing gimmick, because the dashing Cody Rhodes gimmick was excellent. And if any version of Cody Rhodes in WWE besides this one should have won a world title, the dashing gimmick deserved it. Bro, he was... Quit digging your claw into my leg. Cody's such a talented wrestler that I think that him winning the title wouldn't come as a shock to anyone. But now you kind of have it set up perfectly, because let's say his pec heals in 6 months and he's ready for the Rumble, he can win the Rumble. Let's say he has to wait till Mania. Raw after Mania pop for Rhodes would be great. But I am very excited to see what happens, as far as, like, I hope Cody has a speedy recovery. But now let's get more into the match. The match was 5 stars, not just for the Herculean effort, but because that extra sense of realism was there. Like, every time Cody took an awkward landing on that, like, took a bump, took a small hit, you kind of wince and you're like, ooh, Cody. And, you know, where the heck did he go? Huh. Oh, there he is. Sorry, my cat went from laying right beside me to at my entertainment center. So, yeah, sorry, I got distracted. But, like, you know, you kind of were like, ooh. And, you know, there was one spot where Rollins hit Cody with a kendo stick directly in the pec. And you could tell that this was definitely not a fake injury, because it was a fairly light tap. But even though as light as it was, you could still see Cody in absolute agony from that blow. And then there's a spot I remember where Cody was in the mat, where where Rollins was like on one side of a table, Rhodes was on the other, and Cody like jabbed him with his torn pec, and you know, it was one of those weird uppercut slap things that you'll see. And as soon as he hit it, because he did it with the side that his pec is tore, he clenched at it and like screamed. Like, you know, this was far from a fake pectoral tear, because who fakes those? It was a great match and a beautiful match, and kudos to Cody for working injured. Kudos to Rollins for just being able to work with an injured opponent, which Rollins is fairly good at, considering he's accidentally injured several opponents and still finished the match strong. But with that being said, my overall review of Hell in a Cell was probably a 8 out of 10. And here's why. I was going in expecting a solid 2 out of 10. Realistically, it's a 6 out of 10, but because of the over-deliverance of the event, I give it an 8 out of 10. Does that make sense? Good. It should. But with that being said, stay tuned, because I have a couple big projects I'm working on. Well, one very big project of, my SummerSlam vlog, because I get to attend SummerSlam. I'm super excited. I will be vlogging everything, and it won't be like these Jester vlogs where he's vlogging and he's like standing on the court, and where he's stacking up Steph Curry or Jason Tatum, or where he's shooting on the court. It will just be me vlogging my trip, because I'm so excited about this, because SummerSlam is a pay-per-view is my bucket list to go to as far as wrestling shows, and I'm super stoked about it. Then I've got a few album reviews I want to do. Right now I'm thinking about just reviewing Cole Swindell's new album, and then reviewing the 3 new Morgan Wallen songs that have come out since April, which all 3 of them, in my opinion, are fantastic. There are 2 that I have a lot more to say about than 1. And I'll go ahead and spoil it for you. I won't be saying that much about Thought You Should Know, but I'll be saying plenty about You Proof and Don't Thank Jesus. And if he releases another song, I'll go ahead and review that one. But with that being said, stay safe. I love you. Jesus loves you. Drink plenty of water. And I'll see you soon.